A little bit behind today, sorry about that. But good morning, everybody. The weekend was a little less sunny than I expected. The forecast sort of closed in down here. We even had thunderstorms last night. So what's happening? I'm going off on a cruise soon. I'm heading up to Newcastle to travel to the Baltic on Wednesday. So that is exciting and intrepid, as it were. It's the first time I've been away for 2 weeks for over 3 years. So I will certainly miss my family there. Alfie and I have been cutting out little ships out of Fred Olsen brochures so that he can post them on top of a large map of the world we have upstairs to guide me, to follow me around the world, as it were, or at least around the Baltic. Because we're going to lots of different countries there, not Russia, as I'm sure you'll have gathered, but Finland and Sweden and Latvia and Estonia and Germany, all sorts, and Denmark as well, so plenty of places. It'll be exciting. I've done lots of recording in the meantime, so we're going to keep you entertained, I hope. Tonight I'm playing on BBO. So tonight I'm playing on BBO with Pete. So that's on the BMB game on BBO. And so you can join me and play. And I will be recording it. And you will then be able to see that recording on Wednesday. So it's going to be a quick turnaround, as it were. So I am playing again with Pete, sorry, not against him, with Pete in the BMB game at 7:30 tonight on BBO. And as I say, you are welcome to play against us and play with us, etc. And then see how you fare against me and see how I evaluate the boards and perhaps how you do. So we'll see. So that should be some fun. That's tonight. And we're still in Slam A. And as you're going to see today, I'm going to be using your hands over the next 3 weeks. I've already used them because I've already recorded the other two. But they said they'll be pre-recorded, so there will be broadcasts, as it were, on each Monday, and each one is going to be hand sent in from you about slams, because I felt that that was a nice way of doing Slam A. They've been brilliant. Thank you so much for sending in so many hands, and I've enjoyed going through them and hopefully responding. I think I try to respond to them all anyway. And some were successes for those sending them in, and others not such successful ones. But hopefully you're enjoying it. And really, the main issue is what I quite like is choosing a month where you actually experiment with something. So obviously in January, what we call double annually, the idea is to double more. Just do it and see how it works. And the same here is to be a bit more optimistic in the Slam region. And the idea is you then perhaps go down in half of them and make half of them, but by doing it, you essentially hopefully learn from your mistakes. Okay? So that eventually, rather than getting 50% right, you might get 60% right or 70%, etc., etc. But we tend to be relatively timid in the Slam region as a whole. Okay, what else is there? Well, I am hoping that I'm going to go on this cruise and then I'm going to have a lovely time and I'm going to report back to you. And I will then tell you all of the different cruises I'm doing next year, because I'm hoping to have a nice cocktail party on board this time for the founder members. But of course, you certainly don't have to be a founder member to come on. We've got a nice party on this one. About one third of the clients are founder members, so we'll have a little cocktail. We'll have plenty of parties on board anyway. But next year I'm off to Germany, sailing through the Kiel Canal for 8 nights. So that's in April. So have a look at that one if you fancy it. You can see all of the events that we promote on BMB Holidays. So don't forget that. What else is there? Well, I launched a Cornwall event last year. We had great fun and we played this year in March. And the good news is, again, is that the girls that set that up for me are doing it again next year. So we're going to do another one in March. They've got a new gardens, they've got new tours. So if you've been before, everything's new, as it were, other than where we stay in Falmouth Hotel. We had a lovely time. Well, other than the chicken pox that Alfie had and the COVID that a few of us got afterwards, it was perfect. So there were pluses and minuses, as we say, but obviously there you go through Cornwall Discovered. So the detail, I'll just show you that again so I can mention it, but you ring at Cornwall Discovered, and the way it works is that they look after us while I'm there. I do the bridge and that side of things with a couple of my team, but the girls look after everything else. So they, you know, if you've got any problems in your rooms or anything like that, they do very much like you would on a cruise ship, because that's where they started out. Zoe and Katie, they started out on the cruise ships, and they still do a bit on the cruise ships as well, but they're used to looking after you and putting on wonderful tours, etc. And we get a lovely balance between bridge and play, shall we say, and fun. So I would recommend that. So do look into that. That's March next year in Cornwall. Okay, I think it's time for a blind hand. Here we go. So those of you on Friday will have seen this one, of course, and but this was quite a long auction, so let's see how it goes. It went 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump, and at this stage we're looking at the longest auction in the world. But it then went 2 no trumps, 3 no trumps. Okay, and that was it. And so, of course, don't forget, with the blind auction, our job is to try to work out what the opponents might have. Okay, you can always ask, of course, and the kind of thing, when I get to an end of an auction like this, I might ask one question. I'll talk about that when we look at the solution, as it were. So that's your blind auction. In a moment, we are going to go to the talk. Now, please remember, I'm going to be using Q+ for this. So if you have a fuzzy screen, it's really important. Straight away, use your wheel, your cog wheel, so hover down the bottom, Helen will, I'm sure, show you, and make sure you get your settings right for it, because you should be able to see it nice and clearly, but sometimes you'll just need to adjust it. Helen, I'm sure, will outline that in a moment for you, because we will be going to look at the hands each time now, because the 4 hands I've been sent in are going to be much more easily dealt with in the playing software. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Helen, for putting that up. Before we go there, I am rather excited about one more thing, if I can say that, and that is, no, that's the wrong place. That is this one here, which is, no, I can't find it. Okay, well, there's an event there in Denham, counting defence, but I was also going to make mention of the gourmet events that we do, the gourmet events, which have been quite popular, and to be honest, I rather like them as well. We have basically, we end up with what I call a house party number, so we have about 40 or 50, about 40 people in 2 bridges. In Devon, and now in the Ardington in Worthing. In the Ardington in Worthing, we're doing our first gourmet there one as well. So how does a gourmet event work? Well, we have one evening, the second evening, we play bridge before dinner, and then we let ourselves be looked after by the venue. We usually sort of few people coming down and have a drink downstairs, etc. But because you know you don't have to play bridge afterwards, you are free, as it were, to relax and enjoy. To be fair, there's no organised bridge. The odd person does have a game of bridge afterwards, but that's another matter. So 2 bridges have looked after us brilliantly in Devon, and we're carrying on doing those throughout the year, and we've now decided to do our first one in Worthing. That's at the Ardington Hotel. It's on the 30th of August. It is the day before my son goes to school. So that will be interesting. So I'll be raring to get home before I've started. Okay, let's go to Q+. I am going to quickly change a couple of things, because I've got to select the deals we're going to be doing today. So it is, let me find that. There we go. And I've got to choose the configuration, which is here. Lovely. Okay, so let's start off with this first one, and I'm calling these hands that we get excited with very quickly. So of the hands I got sent in, these are 4 hands that I feel you get rather excited very quickly, in which case what I really mean by that is I'm sort of thinking I'm going to slam, someone is going to have to desperately stop me before I get there. So I don't think of, you know, I don't need a cue bid or this and that. It'll tend to be bring out the Blackwood time. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. This was the first one. This was sent in by Stuart Pye, so thanks Stuart. Let's see how the auction goes on this. West passed. It was a 1 diamond. 1 diamond from north. And then what do you fancy with the south hand? And I think it's just a 3 diamond bid here. So if you play a different system, it's a different matter, but 3 diamonds a beautiful descriptive bid, okay, and that's important. You know, the minors are important as well as the majors. Obviously we get more excited about the majors, but 3 diamonds for me shows about 11 points, and this pretty much ticks all the boxes, isn't it? And to be honest, that's almost to me done. North for me is so excited now that it's a matter of bidding Blackwood. So let's just check that. We have 19 high card points and a singleton and a 5 card minor. So we've got at least a 9 card fit. We have, I'm adding 3 points on the singleton. I don't mind throwing the jack of spades away. So let's call it 18 points, a 5 card suit and a singleton. So let's call it about 21 points. Your partner's shown 11. Okay, your partner's shown 11, so here it's interesting. Yes, if you were playing clubwood, you could bid clubwood here. Of course, because you only need 1 ace for the slam, you can bid 4 no trumps, and if partner only shows 0 aces, you can still sign off. What is important here is that if I choose to bid Blackwood, and I am going to bid Blackwood, I am going to bid slam if I'm missing 1 ace. Okay, and that is what Blackwood is all about. So 1 key card, I should say. You don't bid Blackwood and then find you're missing 1 and think, well, I don't know what to do now. No, if you feel you have the strength between you to make a slam, then if you're only missing 1 key card, the chances are it will make. It will not always make. Your partner could have a complete misfit for you here. But, for example, I mean, let me just show you the auction I would have. I bid 4 no trumps here. Let's just finish the auction before. Okay, and partner only shows us 1 key card. So we're now missing an ace, okay? If you are bidding Blackwood correctly, you should bid 6 diamonds here, okay? That is what Blackwood is all about. The reason you're using Blackwood is for this. You have said, I feel that we are in the slam region. We have the equivalent of 32 total points between us. So slam is usually going to make. However, I've got to check, I've got to control in every suit. I have. Because I've got a singleton spade, I've got the ace of hearts, I've got the king of diamonds and the ace of clubs. I've got control. So I'm going to bid Blackwood, find out if I'm missing 2 aces. If I'm missing 2 aces, I'll settle for 5 diamonds. If I'm only missing 1 ace, I'm going to go for 6 diamonds. If partner's got both aces, I will try for a grand slam. Although, given that partner's limited, that's less likely here. So here, for example, you might think, well, the king of hearts fits well with the ace queen of hearts. Well, if you move the king of hearts into the spade suit, so you had king queen of spades there, well, actually, because the lead's going up to the north hand, I think you'd still be making. You'd be able to discard both your hearts, maybe on the king, queen, jack of spades, as it were. So it's a great slam, and we would finish it with 6 diamonds. And so when I've got that level of excitement, when I think we've got 32 points or the equivalent between us, I'm pretty much, I need someone to persuade me not to bid a slam. Does that make sense? Really important there. So 4 no trumps is a courtesy bid, making sure we've got enough key cards to have a chance. Remember, if you're missing 2 key cards, You know, it's not unreasonable not to go to slam. You might be missing the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds here. Partner, I suppose, could just about have enough. Could he have the queen, jack of clubs, the king, queen of spades, the king, jack of hearts, and the jack of diamonds? He could just about have enough without you bidding to slam. Okay, the only problem you'd have there is that 5 diamonds, of course, won't score as well as 3 no trumps, but the chances of making a slam when you've got 32 total points between you here has to be huge. So I think I'm not going to play that one out. I hope you're happy with that. When you've got that many trumps, you're just going to lose the 1 spade. Can you see that? Okay, so I think that one is a nice and relatively straightforward one. Okay, let's have a look at this one. I'm going to turn off the opponents here because I'm told at the table the opponents didn't bid. So we will have a look at that later. Okay, I'm told at the table the opponents didn't bid, so we'll go with that. Okay. So let's have a look at how the auction might have gone here. So South is the opening bid, and here this was sent in by David Lampert, I should say. Thank you, David, for this one. 1 heart from South. Pass. 1 spade from North. Pass. 2 clubs. Pass. And what do you think? So we've got a few suggestions there. 4-suit forcing, perfectly reasonable to bid that. 4 no trumps. The only problem with that is you might not have enough aces. So if partner only shows you 1 ace, so I agree with Angela here. This is where we might bid. What do you call that thing? Diamond wood. Okay. To be honest, I'm so excited with the North hand that I would be tempted just to go for slam. But I've got to check my partner's got 2 aces. Now, if you bid blackwood, if partner shows you 1, that might take you too high. Remember, you need at least 2. Now, of course, you do have a doubleton heart, and it is possible, it's quite possible that your partner's got queen jack to 5 hearts. Okay, but part of me would feel jumping to 4 diamonds and asking for aces might work here. The other option is, I think Tim's option is perfectly reasonable, because you could make a splinter bid of 3 diamonds here if you're happy with that. Although some people would play that as natural. 4 diamonds would be a splinter if you're happy, but I would prefer to play it as diamond wood. Okay, and I'm hoping that partner's got a couple of key cards for me. I'm hoping that any losers I've got somewhere perhaps might be discarded on spades as well. So let's say my partner, you know, who knows, my partner might have jack doubleton spade and or a jack singleton or something like that. I don't know. But for me, I would tend to just bid 4 diamonds and bring it out. It's not necessarily perfect scientifically. The only thing is when it goes 2 diamonds, if you bid 4-suit forcing here, and it's often going to get, I guess partner would bid 2 hearts, and now you've got to decide what to bid. Maybe a jump to 4 clubs would be reasonable. Yeah, I guess so, but in a way, I'd be tempted. So my bid here would have been, I think I would bid thing. Remember, there's going to be times, David, someone's saying about Gerber here, there's going to be times you want to bid a natural 4 clubs here. So there will be times I just want to bid 4 clubs. So it's all well and good playing Gerber, okay, but for me, it doesn't work, and it's not going to work on a lot of hands. So here, 4 diamonds I'm going to use here, you know, an unbid thing. So I would play 4 diamonds here. Okay, so, and that would be for me diamond wood. Partner bids 4 no trumps. So remember, 4 hearts is 0, you count up. Hearts is 0, spades is 1 and 4 no trumps would be 2. Okay, and that would be enough. I would gamble on 6 clubs. Sorry, Mark saying isn't Gerber after no trumps. It is for most, but you can play Gerber. I mean, I've played with people who play Gerber. Every time 4 clubs is bid, they play Gerber, which, you know, I've actually sat and played with someone and it's gone 3 spades by my opponent's double for takeout, and I have a weak hand with 5 clubs and I'm not able to show 4 clubs because that would be Gerber in the system, which is crazy, obviously, but some people play that way. Okay, for the most part, on the hands I'll show you with minors, Gerber can be helpful, but obviously it means you have to miss out on a lot of systems. So on this hand, all I've done is I've used 4 diamonds for splinter. Okay, rather than 4 clubs, because I think 4 clubs is confusing if I'm bidding clubs naturally. So for me, I'll jump to 4 clubs, which show a similar hand to this, but not as much slam potential. Okay, or particularly maybe holding a doubleton diamond rather than the singleton. This is not perfect bidding. I have to say that. Please understand that. You know, you could be losing a couple of hearts off the top. Okay, but it seems a reasonable option. You know, and partner's turned up with a decent hand. So in many ways, I quite, you know, I mean, if I just restart, let's just do it again. So let's try it again. So if it, I mean, let's see how it does go if we bid what perhaps. Sorry, I've just done the wrong thing there. So let's just do it again. 1 heart, pass, 1 spade. And as I say, the reason I collected these hands together as excited ones, I just feel that the North hand here, for those of you who count losers, it's a 5 loser hand with 5 card trump support. So a 5 loser hand suggests a slam. Okay, opposite an opening bidder. If you were evaluating your hand as a point count hand, I would be evaluating it as 13 high card points, a solid 5 card spade suit, a singleton as well. I'd be evaluating it as close to, I'd say about 18 points. And, you know, because you've got 2 5 card suits, it's pretty powerful. So I would be looking, I would feel that we were in the 30-point range. If you bid 2 diamonds here, that's okay, 4 suit forcing. I think East has to, I think South just has to rebid 2 hearts here. At this point, maybe a jump to four clubs. I see the problem is now 4 diamonds could be getting confusing. So you'd maybe set clubs as trumps. I don't know, yeah, maybe. And I guess South might bid 4 hearts here. But again, is 4 hearts a suggestion to play? It's getting a bit murky. And the problem you've still got here is that 4 no trumps. Remember, 4 no trumps, if your partner only has 1 key card for you, let's just do it. Let's imagine you bid 4 no trumps in this auction and your partner only has the ace, king, queen, jack of hearts. 5 diamonds would take you too high. So this is what we talked about with diamond wood, and that's why I've suggested diamond wood when you use clubs as a system. Any other suit doesn't really make a difference. Clubs, if you bid 4 no trumps with the north hand and your partner shows you just 1 key card, what do you do over 5 diamonds? Yeah, I agree, Suzanne. 4 hearts is correct. All I'm saying is it's getting complicated. Okay? It's getting so for me, if you've agreed to play, let's just go back. We're going to go back to the start. Here, if you've agreed to play diamond wood, 4 diamonds is asking for aces. Okay, so what we've talked about last Monday and in the seminar, I mentioned this sort of idea of diamond wood. The idea of if clubs are bid and nobody's bid diamonds naturally or whatever, a jump to 4 diamonds is ludicrous. Why bid it? Well, you can use it to ask for aces and it keeps the level below. Well, like David said, if you always agree that 4 clubs is Gerber, well, that of course keeps you low as well. It means you miss out on other things, but it does mean you keep low. Okay. Or, you know, you could agree for it to be a splinter bid, I guess, if you haven't agreed things. And then I'm not sure South would be that excited about it because he's only got a doubleton diamond. Okay. But it seems reasonable to bid diamond wood there, as I did we got 4 no trumps showing 2 key cards, and that was enough to bid. If partner had only shown 1 key card, so I'll just show you that again, 4 diamonds. Again, I'm alerting that as diamond wood. If partner had only shown 1 here, the beauty is, I might think, you know, I probably will bid 5 clubs, but you can gamble on 3 no trumps, 4 no trumps. Here, I have to be honest, 5 clubs is surely the most obvious bid. Okay, and that would end the auction. So if partner didn't. So Dimpner, my view is, if I'm playing in clubs, I'm going to play diamond wood here. Okay, so I'm going to use diamond wood when I've agreed clubs, when clubs were involved, because it's going to be much, much more useful. The splinter here, some people would play a 3 diamonds splinter. The splinter has taken you past no trumps and winning. Okay. Okay, someone there saying it's easier to use 4 clubs, as he's asking, in clubs and 4 diamonds. The problem is you get natural bids here. As soon as you start suggesting a raise of a suit is asking, it gets a bit tricksy. Because when I've got really distributional hands but weak hands, I love jumping. Okay, I love jumping to. So quite often on a responding hand with 5-5 but not so many points, I would want to jump to 4 clubs on this hand. Okay, so be a little bit careful. Okay, again, not a huge amount to the play there. I hope you can see. I mean, if they take the diamond trick, you'll make 6 clubs. If they don't take the diamond trick, you might make 7. Okay, but I think you're going to be comfortable making your slam. Alrighty, have a look at this one. Wow, this one was sent in by Alan Davies. Okay, oh, I'll tell you what. No, I'm going to go back. I just wanted to show you this because David sent this hand in and the opponents hadn't bid against him, or at least that was the auction he gave me. You know, look at those hands. I've no idea how they didn't come in. Remember, East-West are non-vulnerable here. So for me, the auction should really go 1 heart, 3 diamond overcall, and I don't think we're going to find our club fit, because I think it might go 3 spades. You want to show, and now it goes 4 diamonds, and that's the power of interference here. How on earth do North-South find their club fit? In fact, I think, you know, I'm at the vulnerability. East may well bid 5 diamonds on the hand. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, East might even bid 5 diamonds. Can you see that? So I'm amazed that East-West kept quiet against David and gave him the chance to find a fit. But here, really, really, East-West should be bidding. Look at the vulnerability. Bear in mind that, I mean, as I say, I think East might even jump to 5 diamonds, let alone 4 diamonds. But I've no idea what to do with the North-South hands now. And I think they're going to finish in something like 4 hearts or something, or 4 spades. 4 spades would be a disaster. 4 hearts would be a bit nicer, because everything sits well for you. But you're not, I don't think you're going to find your club fit. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, so very meek opponents there. When you're non-vulnerable, get in the auction. So I think it could go 3 diamonds, 3 spades, 5 diamonds from East. And do you know, they might settle for doubling you in 5 diamonds. Have a little look at the contract. Because you've got a nice big fit, 5 diamonds will lose 3 heart tricks, a club and a spade. 5 diamonds doubled minus 3 is just 500 points. So that is a profit against a slam. Okay, so really tricky here. Remember, over four diamonds here. South has a minimum opening hand. No reason, well, not a minimum. He has a nice opening hand, but nothing more. So he's got no reason to think of a slam here. He's also got a doubleton diamond. Okay, but the problem is, you know, I mean, North without a fit. North's got. You've only got 27 points between you if you haven't got a fit. It's only the fact that you've got this big club fit that makes the slam on really tricky there. Really tricky. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this was sent in by Alan. Another wild hand. Okay, so it went. North opened the bidding. 1 club. Okay, And it's south to respond. And my problem here is that if you don't bid 2 spades, and I'm glad a lot of people are, I mean, so if you play natural here, okay, 2 spades, you've, imagine the bidding, on this hand as it happens your partner's got a strong hand, but imagine the bidding goes 1 club, 1 spade from you, 2 clubs from partner. What on earth do you bid? Okay, if you bid a spade and your partner bids 2 clubs, what on earth do you bid with the south hand? You will never get your hand off your chest. Okay, so James is suggesting just responding 1 spade here. Okay, now if 2 spades is weak, you've got no choice, but you will be stuck. 1 club, 1 spade, if now, on this hand partner will reverse, but I still don't know what to bid with your hand. I suppose you bid 4 suit forcing, but it's going to get confusing. If you bid 1 spade here, you are end played in the auction, because it's going to go 1 spade if your partner, as it happens this time, as I say, he'll reverse. But if he just bids 2 clubs, I have absolutely no idea what you would bid at your next hand. Remember, 3 spades is non-forcing, 2 spades obviously non-forcing, so you'd have to bid 4 spades, and that clearly is an underbid because you're looking at an 8.5 trick hand. Yeah, as I say, Brian might have to gamble on it on 7 spades. So I think 2 spades is better. Now, remember, clearly James plays a different system, which is perfectly reasonable. Okay, but playing naturally, 2 spades here is what you bid. If you're not playing that, so if you play a jump as a weak bid, of course you've just got to bid 1 spade to start with. So it's perfectly reasonable. So for me, 2 spades is strong. And it's really important. And the beauty is, if you bid 2 spades and then bid spades again, you are basically saying, partner, I'm being obnoxious for a reason. Okay, so when you make a jump response and then rebid in that suit, you're basically saying, partner, I don't want to discuss the suit anymore. So here it would go 3 hearts from north, 3 spades. We are in an unconditionally forcing auction. Okay, we are showing the equivalent of 16 points opposite an opening hand. 3 spades shows more than that though. It says, partner, we are playing in spades. Now it might sound silly for North to think we're playing in spades, but I trust my partner. And if you trust your partner, okay, then you would bring out the blackwood, okay, just to make sure, you know, or in fact, to be honest, if you trusted him, well, you bring out the blackwood because you need to know about the ace of diamonds, and then you'd bid 5 no trumps to say, partner, oh, I feel your partner should be super solid for this bid, so I would bring out the 4 no trumps here, okay. And I just need to check what he's got. He doesn't have to have the ace of diamonds. He shows 3 key cards. So this is playing simple key card here, 5 spades. Okay. At this point, if I trust my partner for having 7 solid spades, I can count 14 tricks. 3 club tricks, 3 diamonds, and the ace of hearts. And I think it's perfectly reasonable to bid 7 no trumps here, okay, because clearly you are hoping that that your partner has what he's promised, which is solid spades. Now the spades might break 5-0. That is the advantage of 7 no trumps. Okay, the advantage of 7 no trumps is if you get this crazy spade break, you never know, clubs might break 3-3. Can you see that? So here I would bid 7 no trumps, okay, and as I say, most of the time spades are going to break normally, and you'll be glad to know they did on this hand. If they do not, well then you've still got that little chance of the clubs breaking 3-3 here, okay. So yeah, don't forget it. So if the auction went something like 1 club, 1 spade, 2 clubs, 4 spades, that would end the auction. You know, but here, of course, it would go 1 club, 1 spade, 2 hearts reverse. So let's just have a look at it. So I hope everybody's happy that you're happy, and I'll just quickly show you your opponent's hands just to confirm that, well, the spades broke dead evenly there. So let's just restart it. Let's just try it. 1 club, pass 1 spade. Okay. 2 hearts. 3 diamonds. Wow. Okay. Pass 3 hearts. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Okay, trying to show 5 and 6. Remember, North's shown this. I mean, 4 no trumps is going to work here as long as partner's got the aces. Okay, so 4 no trumps is going to work. You sort of need to know a bit more. You still need to know about the king of diamonds. So you can't bid 4 no trumps 5 spades. So you're agreeing hearts here, I think. I'm guessing. So I'm just looking at James's auction. So I don't think that, so you're agreeing hearts. The problem is your partner might be showing you the ace king of hearts. So that's no good. So we'll have to go back. We can't do that. So over 3 hearts, what I'm saying is if you bid Blackwood now, your partner will show you, will include the king of hearts in here. So you're in a tricky situation, but you're in a forcing, I think 3 spades should be forcing in this auction. So you can bid 3 spades here. But I don't know. I mean, this is getting confusing now. I don't know what North bids next. Maybe 3 no trumps. He's got, I suppose he can bid 3 no trumps. Can you see the problem? We're struggling here. I mean, I think it's time to guess here 6 or 7 spades. So I think you're going to struggle to now bid a natural Blackwood, because remember, just to explain, if we go back to this round here, if you bid Blackwood, your partner will assume you're agreeing hearts, and now he will include the king of hearts in the answers. So when you get 2 key cards back, your partner might not have the ace of clubs. Okay, you might have the ace king of hearts. So that's the problem. Okay. I don't think so. I think, being realistic, over 3 spades, most Norths are going to bid 3 no trumps. Okay, because they've shown a powerful hand. They've shown 5 hearts in a way, so they've sort of suggested a 6-5 shape. So I would feel 3 no trumps was probably the most sensible bid there. And I think South is going to guess, and sometimes South will guess 7 spades. Don't get me wrong; it's not completely unreasonable. Anyway, that's enough on that. Let's do one more. Oh, no, we're playing East-West here. Let's just quickly change that. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. So, gosh, we're running. I should have done just when I don't have people asking questions, when I've recorded them, they've fitted in nicely. So let's look at this last one then. This was sent in by Tanya Lixenberg. So thanks for that. Okay, so West opened the bidding. It's another pretty wild hand, 1 heart. Now, you've got 19 points, but I only make a jump response when I know what suit I want to play with, or if I've got some support for my partner's suit. Here, I would prefer 2 clubs. Okay, so I prefer just 2 clubs on this hand, because the suit isn't good enough for me, I feel, to bid 3 clubs. Okay, so I'm just going to bid 2 clubs. And the nice thing about 2 clubs is that you're going to be in a lot of forcing auctions now. But it's still not easy. Over 2 hearts, it's still not easy to know what to bid if partner bids 2 hearts. As it happens, partner didn't bid 2 hearts on this hand. I think partner probably should bid 2 hearts, but partner bid 2 spades here. Okay, and to be fair, partner has got the distribution to back up and the quality of suits. So I don't like it, but it gets the desired result. Because if you trust each other here, I'm placing my partner with the equivalent of 16 points. And if she's got 16 points, well then clearly we have 35 or more between us. Okay? And the point is, in a way, West has got lucky because East has the ace of both her suits, and hence her hand ends up being worth 16 points. Can you see that? If there is a singleton here, in one of those suits, suddenly the value of, let's say East has a singleton heart, the value of the hand, I mean, or even a singleton ace of spades, okay? But at this stage, really, I mean, the most important thing here is East has to choose between 6 or 7, okay? There is no thinking about whether a slam is on anymore. You're choosing between 6 or 7. Okay, again, I think probably you want to finish, I would have thought, in 7 no trumps here, because there may be chances that but clearly bidding a Grand Slam is going to get you a reasonable score. It's not unreasonable to, I mean, 7 no trumps looks pretty good, doesn't it? But I think it's in a way a matter of bidding. You could take your time on it, bid 3 diamonds first, see what partner rebids. You don't have to go fast, but the most important thing is East is going for slam. Whatever happens, East is going for slam. Okay, so do not worry about that, as it were. I suppose 3 diamonds, 4 suit forcing. In theory, 3 spades hopefully suggests 6-5. Okay, so if West bids 3 spades now, he's suggesting a 6-5 shape. He really is. Which might be enough to get you excited. You need to know, in a way, about, I think what's going to happen anyway is it's going to go 4 no trumps. Partner's going to bid something, and the key person, the person who bids the Grand Slam, is not East. That is the key here, because it goes, let's say we've agreed spades, we show 1 key card, okay? 5 no trumps says, partner, we have all of the key cards. Now, what that means is that West can count all the winners. If partner's got all 4 aces, which is what 5 no trumps means. Remember, 5 no trumps isn't just asking for kings. It says we have all of the aces. Suddenly, West is looking at his hand and thinking, oh, wow. I've no idea what you bid, but the chances are, given the way the auction has gone, you might jump to 7 spades. Okay, in which case East has no choice but to go back to 7 no trumps. Okay, but it is West's job to bid the Grand Slam, not East's. That's the key, because West is sitting there with both queens in the majors. So once you know your partner's got the aces, you are the one that can go for the Grand Slam. And that's the beauty of understanding the 5 no trump bid, okay? Well, what would you bid over the West hand? I suppose you could bid any 7 level. The thing is that I think West thinks partner was asking for spades as trumps, because partner's gone to 4 no trumps over the 3 spade bid. So West is probably under the idea that partner wants to play in spades. 7 hearts is reasonable as well, giving the choice, absolutely. But the most important thing, it's West's job to bid at the 7 level. So I think 7 hearts is probably reasonable. I think partner knows you've got a choice between slams. I think I might be tempted to leave it in 7 hearts though as well, if that makes sense. I mean, in theory, I suppose partner, I think you're going to get a pretty good score for 7 hearts, put it that way. Anybody who gets to a slam, but it's West's job. It's funny, isn't it? But if you trust each other for that 5 no trump bid, 5 no trump bid means I've got all the aces, we've got all the key cards between us, and of course, if you match 4 aces with West's hand, West is thinking, wow, okay. So, that was quite something. I've gone way over the time here, haven't I? Oh dear me. I've got to go and pick. I've got an appointment for my father here, so I'll have to quickly. We'll look at the. I've got to run off. My father's got. Mr. Bridge has got an appointment, so I'll open up all the hands. We can have a quick look at this one. Okay, this was the blind hand, and the blind hand was pretty much natural. It was pretty much natural, and I hope some of you identified that. It went 1 club, pass, 1 diamond. Again, bid your lowest suit when responding to 1 club there. okay, because it allows you to find a fit where you want to. So it should go a club, a diamond, rather than a club, a spade. A club, a diamond, a heart, all natural. You can, if you want, play one spade as the four-suit forcings, okay, or four-suit forcing, sorry, but generally one spade is played as natural, unless you agree to play it as the four-suit forcing. Over that, South is thinking one no trump, you know, which is not it's not a one no trump rebid anymore. It's a one no trump after 2 bids, so it's just showing 12 to 14. Now North might choose to pass that, but I like the Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs is in partner's first suit. It's not unreasonable to think that that is a valuable card, so I quite like the 2 no trumps, which is saying, partner, do you know, if your maximum for your 1 no trump bid, then let's play in 3 no trumps. And there's no doubt that South is fully maximum. Okay, so that is the auction. It is as natural as it comes. If I was on lead, I would ask what the 1 spade bid. I wouldn't ask it in the middle of the auction. I don't want to help them. One of them might think it's full suit forcing, the other one might think it's natural. Okay, but when I'm on lead, I'll say, oh, by the way, was the 1 spade natural? And they'll probably say, yeah, we didn't alert it, kind of thing. But it's worth checking. Bear in mind that if one of them believes it's not at that point at the end of the auction, they'll say, oh, we agreed to play this as a 4-suit forcing, at which point you'll probably quickly put a spade lead down on the table. Okay, all right. But as you can see, the reason that 3 no trumps is a reasonable contract is because of those clubs. That Queen of Clubs makes 3 no trumps good, and you should be able to make 9 tricks there. If they find a spade lead, you'll still only lose 3 spade tricks, and the Ace of Diamonds, you'll make your 9 tricks there. Okay, wow. So sorry about the rush there. Well, I'll show you the bidding quiz here. Don't forget, I'm away now for a couple of weeks. I'm going to do a pre-recorded live each Monday, so please do have a look at them. You will see that, and we'll be looking at slam hands. It's slam A. Please do keep bidding slams as much as you can. I want you to bid your slams. Okay, here is your bidding quiz. Here's your bidding quiz. Don't forget, you can see the answer online. It goes 1 heart. You double for takeout, 2 hearts, 2 spades from your partner, pass. So 1 heart, you doubled for takeout, 2 hearts, 2 spades from your partner, pass. What do you fancy with that? 1 heart, double, 2 hearts, 2 spades, pass. So good luck with that. Don't forget, you can see the answer online. Now I'm going to finish off with, don't forget, I'm playing tonight, so if you want to join me, please do, but I'm going to finish off with the beginners here. So let's see what we've got. Now, just a little mention to the beginners. I'm not doing beginners the next 2 Mondays. I will be back, but here I'm just going to have a quick look at opener's second bid. So here we are. So what we've done is we've looked at opening suits at the 1 level. Okay, and what we said was we've got to make a plan, because when you open a suit at the 1 level and partner responds in another suit, you promise to make another bid. 1 club, 1 heart, you've got to make another bid because you're in the middle of a conversation. Does that make sense? Okay, so you've got to choose your rebid, and we've looked at a few of these choices. We've said that when we've got support with 4 cards for partner, we show that support. When we are balanced, we have a plan. We use our no trump table. And what we're going to come to in the coming weeks, in about 3 weeks' time, is the unbalanced hands. Okay, that's when we're going to need to define our hand by bidding a new suit. Okay, or rebidding ours, and we will see that. So let's just remind ourselves today of the support and the balanced hands. We've done them already, and then, as I say, I'll set us up for the next lesson that will come soon. So we said with balanced hands, we use the no trump table. Don't forget, if you haven't seen it already, on the site there is a simple crib sheet that you can print off. It's a PDF, or you can download it there, which which will include things like your no trump table on. 12 to 14 points in a balanced hand, I open one no trump. With 15 to 17, I make a plan. I open in a suit, and if my partner responds in a suit, I rebid in no trumps. Okay, so quick example of how that works. One heart. My plan, don't forget, with 17 points is to rebid in no trumps. Too strong for opening one no trump, that's the important thing. Partner bids one spade. With 17 points, I rebid one no trump. Partner, I've got 15 to 17 points and a balanced hand. Your partner, as we've seen already, adds his point to yours. He's got a balanced hand with 11 points. Partner, let's go for game. And you'd do exactly the same if you were playing mini bridge. You would look at the hands, you'd see they were both balanced, and you would go for 3 no trumps. And if you're interested, you've got 9 tricks off the top there. 4 spades, the ace, king, queen of diamonds, and the other 2 aces. And we also have had a look at supporting. 1 club, 1 heart. If you have 4 cards in hearts now, then again you are going to support. You're going to bid hearts because you want to say to partner, let's play in hearts. With a minimum hand, 12 to 14, you bid 2 hearts. With a little bit more, 15 to 17, you jump to 3 hearts. And with 18 or 19, you think, well, to be honest, partner, if you've managed to dredge up a response, let's go for game. Okay, and we've seen this again. Again, it ends up being a matter of adding your points together. What we also saw, of course, was that we should include distribution. Okay, so we've covered a lot. Let's just look at that in action. 1 club, because your longest suit is clubs, with 13 points. 1 heart from East, bidding the lowest suit, 4-card suit he can. Now you've got a fit for hearts, so you support hearts. But if you remember, what we did was we include for a void or a singleton. We love having distribution, as in shortages, so that you can use the trumps. So if you manage to make hearts as trumps on this deal, when they keep leading spades, you can ruff them. And what we said is, let's add 3 points on for that singleton. 13 high card points plus 3 for the singleton is 16. So we jump to 3 hearts. 16 plus 12 is enough for go for game. So we've had a little look at that. Please do go back on those ones and you'll see them throughout the software. All of the things we're covering here are with software. We are going to label them on the site eventually. We are going to be editing these, etc. And we will have them neatly set up for you. And hopefully soon enough, we're going to have tests for you as well. That's the plan. So hopefully we've looked at support, we've looked at balanced hands, and what we're going to look at is unbalanced hands. And when you've got those, when you've opened your partner's bid and you want to show another suit, you do have to divide your hands into 2 types. Strong opening bids, 12 to 15 points, or, weak opening bids, 12 to 15 points, strong opening bids, 16 to 19. And what we'll see is that we can bid a little bit more if we've got more strength. Okay, so we'll come back and we'll look in closeness to unbalanced hands, and we'll spend 2 or 3 weeks defining our second bid as the opening bidder. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a good week or so. As I say, I'm heading off on a cruise, so do send in any questions you've got. I'll still be responding to those, and have a lovely day. Thank you very much.